What is going on, y'all? It's Gabe at Junction Auto Salon, back with the next episode of the Detailing in Real Time series, where I walk y'all through various steps on various cars so y'all can see exactly how long it takes. They should be uncut and unedited unless I am a complete freaking idiot and accidentally hit stop, but the camera's attached to my head. And straight now. So hopefully I don't press stop on y'all. Today we are going to, at bare minimum, we are going to polish this half of the hood. This is a kind of a typical Ford paint for me to deal with on this Mustang. So I'm going to show y'all just how quickly some of this stuff gets done. This is my usual one-step paint enhancement. So if we can just do like a quick, just a quick go over of this guy, you can see, maybe I should point the camera where you can see. I don't know if it's really overexposed or not. Y'all can see how there's some water spotting and there's some junk in the paint that needs to come out. So today's today's combination for pad and polish is a Lake Country HDO blue foam cutting pad and Kosh Kimi Mid, which is Kosh Kimi fine cut. I always forget their naming convention. Let's check this out here. Fine cut, yeah. So Kosh Kimi fine cut. It's their mid cut, mid gloss, but very good for just a regular one-step paint enhancement. This is my go-to for most cars that come through the shop. I will usually try this combination first, unless it is black paint, like I will do something different for the roof. I will definitely try a test spot with the 3-inch polisher, which is why I have this out. This is usually how I roll with the 5-inch and with the 3-inch. So if I'm struggling with some of these sections on here, I can switch immediately over to the 3-inch and work those sections out a lot better. You can see on this particular vehicle there's quite a bit of embedded damage. We are going to work on that with the polisher. I know that sounds strange, but it works. So let's see. I'm going to take, I've already done the test spot, and because this was my normal stuff, I didn't go over the test spot on video. I think that might be my fault. So just 3 or 4 dabbies, and we can, so my test spot was up here with the 3-inch. We can generally work on this area right here with this much polish on there and be good to go. Again, my speed is going to be about a 5. I've turned up the speed a little bit. I don't use a lot of pressure. All I am doing is guiding the polisher where it needs to go and trying to maintain proper pad rotation. It's not going to be perfect. It never is. You're just trying to manage what is going on with the polisher. So here we go. Get all of this worked in. I'm not flinging it around. into some of these corners. I don't know if y'all can really hear this. Into some of these corners, you kind of have to edge into them with the 5-inch. And that's why I was talking about if I start to struggle with those, I will just get the 3-inch polisher out. Technically, the 3-inch polisher is the correct way, but we're still making good progress with the 5-inch. And it's just a matter of kind of scalloping into these corners to get them good and worked out, and then following back out like this. Follow your edge. So I don't know if y'all can really tell in the pad. The pad is room temp, maybe a little warmer than room temp, which is great. So we are not causing much paint swell. This paint doesn't necessarily have that kind of issue with swelling like some of these softer paints do. So just so we can check this one section and y'all can see exactly what has happened, there's a bunch of water spots and some swirl marks, a lot of buildup. If y'all can see that, there's quite a bit of that is gone. We were able to just kind of quickly work on that. It's not perfect. We are not going for perfection. This is just a one step. So coming down here, you can see again that all the swirls and the spotting just kind of goes away. And I mean, this is generally the goal. Technically the goal is not even to remove this much for a one step. This is just how this one is working out. So generally an entire hood may take, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. The roof may take 10 minutes. Trunk 5 to 10 minutes. So let's keep going with these sections, and we'll see how we did here at the end. So again, it's pad's a little dingy. We're dragging out some junk out of this paint. Just 4 pea-sized shapes, and y'all be able to see how I manage this part down here. Every detailer may tackle this a little bit different. That's perfectly fine. You will find that we can, as long as they know what the hell they're doing, we generally tend to get to kind of the same place with different techniques and different products. It's weird. I know. Get down into some of this heavier damage, you may not pick up quite as much because that front end is pretty torn up, but I think we're doing okay. Again, no pressure or very light pressure. I'm just doing my best to guide the polisher where it needs to go and maintain an angle that it'll spin like it's supposed to. like a two-step or a multi-step, yeah, I would probably mask all this off, or mask off some of these black rubber pieces and trim pieces before really getting started on this. So that's 2 passes with this pad. We'll get this blown out. It is just in general a good habit to be in for cleaning out your pad. I know a lot of people don't always have that choice, so they may use multiple pads on each car. That's fine. The pads will eventually just get too loaded up, and they will start to basically wobble on you. And that's I don't know if y'all have ever dealt with any kind of pad wobble like that. It's not necessarily fun. It makes you think that your polisher is about to destroy itself, and hell, maybe it is, but that pad's heavy with all kinds of crap in it. Alright, so on this half we basically have from right here, I can see it in the light. We have from about right here all the way down into this L section and then the top of this. I think we should be good to go for getting all this knocked out with the 5-inch. I know, some people are gonna cry about not using a 3-inch. 3-inch is ready for whenever I struggle. Y'all friggin' chill the F out. You're gonna be fine, I promise. This kind of works on some of the bug etching that this car has an issue with. It's not, I mean, this guy's been a customer a long time. I would consider him a pretty good friend, but it's not hilariously well taken care of, and that's fine. It's his car. I can't make people do stuff that I want them to do with their cars, but I can certainly fix the issues when they come up. Dust is a little bit of polish, and it's a little bit of clear coat from the car. Because this is a mechanical removal of clear coat basically, as it levels it out and polishes out all these swirls and scratches. That's kind of exactly how that works. Yes, you are removing clear coat, but you are removing a very, 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 very small amount of clear coat. It's really not that big of a deal, but that's also why I measure paint in the beginning, so you can see just how much paint the car has to work with. And what's really going to bother me about this car is, if you look kind of in here in this corner, This is the stuff that's much harder to get out with cars. Trim pieces like this on cars that aren't necessarily well maintained, or they're kind of beat on for their life, which this one sees quite a few track days. Still, you know, the car has 80,000 miles on it, so I've got to figure out a way to get into here with a small brush and start working this stuff out with like an all-purpose cleaner or something, maybe alcohol based or alkaline, either way. But you can see that most of those stripey boys that were kind of etched in there from whatever the owner hits on the freeway or on the track are gone. You can see that the paint is glossy. Removed quite a few of the water spots, removed quite a few of these swirls. It does look like it does look like there is some pitting up here, but if you move over here into the uncorrected side, you can see quite a bit of damage still that we are actually correcting out with just a regular one step. So the bad etching was in this plastic piece that goes around this vent. That seems to be okay. I'm actually going to leave the vent just to kind of sit for a while to see if that is swollen up any from being etched with bugs. You can see in this one right here that is a good bit of bug etching, so we'll see just how well I solve that problem. But the pitting is normal. Sometimes as you fix issues in paint, you will find other issues hidden in the issues you're trying to fix. In my car, which there's 40 to 50 hours of work in the paint on this car, there is still some spots with pitting. It's a lot harder to see in white paint, but I know that there is some issues with pitting on that. So we're doing pretty good here. The only thing I'm going to have to figure out is how to get all this junk out of here. Probably take a 1-inch polisher to these at some point, but I'm not set up for the 1-inch polisher at the moment. That'll be the very last thing. Maybe I'll get that on video on this car so y'all can see that process as well. But that is generally it. Ooh, there's a little section right here that's pretty heavy. Still vastly improved, but still pretty heavy. Yeah. Hang on. Let's try the 3-inch. So, like I said, whenever I feel like I'm struggling too much with a particular spot with the 5-inch, I will immediately go to the 3-inch polisher, and we'll see if we can get some of these issues worked out. And that's what this looks like. So I don't know if y'all can see in the camera, in this section there is a body line that kind of dips in. It may be hard. It's a very faint body line, so it may be hard for some bigger polishers to really dig into if I'm not catching it properly. Again, which is fine. That's why I carry this little guy around. Just so I can make this all as even as possible. I'm not trying to do this a few times, but I also don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of my customers in any way. Some cars are so heavily damaged in some areas and not in other areas that you're going to have spots like that pop up from time to time that you really can't do anything about. But yeah, that's a ton better. It looks like these are just kind of really heavy stuff, but it's started to just kind of fade away. The rest of the stuff is almost gone on this little dip here, so Alright, y'all, that's it. I got a whole freaking car to polish, so we'll see what kind of trouble I can get myself into. We'll see what else I can show y'all on this car. I'm sure I will come up with something. I just saw a part of a wheel that's not cleaned. That's because I'm so bad at cleaning wheels. Good lord, I'm gonna have to clean them like 5 times. I hate it. It's just one of my struggles. It's detailing, it's not perfection. So that's it. Y'all make sure you like and subscribe. I will catch y'all on the next video. Junction Auto out.